Have you ever felt like you are falling behind? You try to learn. You listen again and again. But other people seem faster. They watch one show and they understand. You watch for years and still feel confused. And sometimes you think, I used to be better. Why am I getting worse? If you feel this way, please stay with me. You don't have to speak. You don't have to be perfect. Just listen if you want. Take a slow breath. Let it out. This story is for you. A long time ago, in the early 1900s, there was a young woman named Eliza. Eliza lived in a quiet town. She worked in a small tea shop. Every day, she served tea and bread. She smiled. She spoke softly. But inside, she felt heavy. Eliza was learning English. Every night after work, she sat by the window. She opened her book. She listened to the same lines again and again, slowly, carefully. But no matter how hard she tried, she did not feel better. One afternoon, her friend Lucy came to visit. Lucy looked bright and happy. "I've been watching English plays," she said. "It helps me a little." Eliza smiled, but inside, something felt heavy. That night, she could not focus. She looked at her book. The words felt far away. A voice in her mind said, "Why is she better than me? I've tried for longer. Why am I still so slow?" She closed her book. Her chest felt tight. Days passed. Learning became painful. Every time she tried, she heard, "You were behind. You were getting worse. You were better before." She started to believe it. One evening, after work, Eliza walked home slowly. The sky was soft and gray. She felt tired, not in her body, but in her mind. On the way home, she saw a small garden. She had passed it many times before, but today she stopped. Inside the garden, there were many flowers. Some were tall and bright. Some were small and quiet. Some were still closed. Some were just starting to grow. An old woman was there, watering the plants. She looked up and smiled. "Would you like to come in?" she asked. Eliza hesitated. Then she nodded. She walked slowly between the flowers. "These are beautiful," she said. The old woman laughed softly. "Yes," she said, "but they are all different." Eliza looked closer. One flower was big and open. Another was still small. "This one is slow," Eliza said, pointing. The old woman shook her head gently. "It is not slow," she said. "It is just not ready yet." Eliza was quiet. The old woman continued. "If this small flower looks at the big one and says, 'I am not good enough,' what will happen?" Eliza thought. "It will feel sad," she said. "Yes," the old woman said. "And will it grow faster?" Eliza shook her head. "No." The old woman smiled. "And if it looks at yesterday and says, 'I was better before,' what happens then?" Eliza whispered. "It stops growing." The garden was very quiet. Only a soft wind moved through the leaves. Eliza felt something change inside her. "I think I understand," she said slowly. The old woman nodded. "You are doing the same thing," she said gently. "You look at others and feel small. You look at your past and feel lost." Eliza looked down. "Yes." The old woman pointed to the flowers. "None of them are the same," she said. "Some bloom early, some bloom late, but each one has its own time." She paused. "If a flower tries to bloom like another, it will break." Eliza took a deep breath. The air felt fresh. That night, she sat again by the window. She opened her book. A sentence was difficult, but this time she did not say, "I am worse than others." She said, "This is where I am today." When she forgot a word, she did not say, "I was better before." She said, "I am still growing." Days passed, then weeks. She was still not fast, still not perfect, but something inside her became lighter. One evening, she noticed something. She was listening and understanding a little more. She smiled, not because she was better than Lucy, not because she was like before, but because she was still growing. The next time she saw Lucy, Lucy said, "You seem calm." Eliza nodded. "I stopped comparing," she said. "I just grow in my own way." Lucy smiled. "That sounds nice." That night, Eliza walked past the garden again. The small flower she saw before was opening. Slowly, quietly, but beautifully. And for the first time, Eliza did not feel behind. She felt on her way. Sometimes we feel behind. Sometimes we feel like we are losing who we were. But remember this, you are not other people, and you are not your past. You are growing in your own time. Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel behind? It's okay to say one word in the comments. I am listening. Keep going. Keep growing. And be kind to yourself. Goodbye for now.